Hello and welcome everyone to the 77th webinar series of AABN. It is indeed a testament to the virtues of technology that we can implement and adapt to new working methods to continue delivering on our mandates. Technology and innovation have enabled many of us to a great degree to continue to live, work, study, and virtually maintain social contact with one another as best as possible during this period. As someone once said, the show must go on. Not that this is a show, but I appreciate the effort to be together virtually. I especially thank the AABN core committee members for your support. We are here truly as one networking community. We do our best when we do it together. So this is a good first step in the right direction to force synergy between all of us for one great goal we all want to achieve, that is to promote networking. Before we begin this webinar, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who sincerely committed to this event to make it a success. This event would have been impossible without the support of each one present here. At AABN webinars are organized and conducted for the entrepreneurs and general audience to gain insight and information that would remain effective in their life, exercises, and work. Each topic for discussion and debate are chosen keeping in mind the interest of our entrepreneur community. The last webinar was based on change and challenges, how to beat the odds and build a business, which was graced with positive feedbacks from the participants. The topic for today's webinar, the franchise model, expectation versus reality. The popularity of franchising has grown massively in the last 20 years. The future of franchising looks bright. The appeal of the franchise model can be attributed to the fact that both the franchisor and the franchisee benefit from the model's success. This gives both parties the incentive to work together and make the business flourish. AABN is a freshly expanded group of professionals with fresh goals. No wonder we also got an awesome speaker with the fresh perspectives on the franchise model expectation versus reality to address us. Let me extend a very warm welcome to our eminent guest speaker, Mr. S. Karaiadiselvan, Managing Director, CAT Center Group, to this interactive business networking session. It will take a good part of today if I have to run you through all the achievements of this illustrious speaker, who is the Managing Director of CAT Center Group, which prides itself on value creation for business and individuals connected with business. He believes in making positive impacts, putting performances and profits for leaders, teams, small entrepreneurs, and large businesses. At the junction we find ourselves in today, thanks to the pandemic, there can be none more fitting than Mr. Selvan to address, enlighten, and take questions from this diverse group on how to grow business using franchise model. Mr. Selvan, Managing Director of CAT Center Group, is an institution builder and administrator par excellence and a compassionate mentor and coach for entrepreneurs who are in the business of education and training. An undergraduate engineer in industrial and production engineering and an MBA, Mr. Selvam joined CAT Center as a CAD engineer in 1992 after a brief stint with Ashok Leyland. His initial role was teaching CAD, but Mr. Selvam was quickly recognized for his flair for business development. Hence, when CAT Center forayed into franchising in 1995, he was entrusted with the task of expanding the franchise network. The shift from training to business development became a turning point in his career, paving the way for Mr. Selvan to pursue his lifelong passion of developing entrepreneurs, the franchising route. It also marked a tipping point for CAT Center, as this small CAT training institute with a single center in Chennai grew under Mr. Selvan's unfailing leadership to be a global network of 1,000+ centers across India and over 30 countries. Today, the CAT Center Group stands tall as a global network of skill development training institutes and has also become a trailblazer in the training business, creating a portfolio of ventures right from preschool education to creative education to business skills in both office and online mode, in both offline and online modes. Mr. Selvan considers that India's young population is a boon and a true demographic dividend. He carries the conviction that entrepreneurs are freedom fighters of the 21st century in India. His goals also include producing thousands of globally employable talent in established and emerging industrial fields through CAT Center in order to make Indian reservoir major contributors to building India as an economic superpower. For his excellence in skill development and training, he was awarded the Times Ascent Asia Pacific HRM Congress Award in 2018. He was also featured in Forbes India magazine. Mr. Selvam has authored 2 books on entrepreneurship in Tamil. He's an excellent orator who generously shares with students his time and insights into career, innovation, and entrepreneurship. I will stop here and let you enjoy the session with Mr. Selvan. I wish to place on record our deep commitment to work tirelessly as a team to carry forward our goals in a constructive, gratifying way. I ensure the webinar will be profitable and fruitful for everyone present here today. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Selvan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hope I'm audible. Thank you very much, Mr. Kobi, for great introduction. Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants for this meeting. Hope I'm audible. Somebody can confirm if I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today with you, spending some time on a subject that we have practiced for last 27 years. So whatever I'm sharing today with you now is purely our experience of running CAT Center, running some of the franchised businesses, so that I'm sure that will give you insight about the franchising is all about. As Mr. Kobi rightly said, starting a business, franchising is becoming very, very popular, very common. That is the way businesses are being developed in this country. You go to the West today, predominantly all the businesses are franchised businesses. And, even though franchising is not new to this country, certainly, it's going to grow much more stronger in the coming years. Having said that, today, as as mentioned in the agenda, we have 4 points to discuss. One is when does a business becomes ready for franchising? Most of you in this room, knowing fully well Annamalai University alumni, I'm sure most of you are very, very successful entrepreneurs, very, very successful in whatever you do. With all due respects, we will share with when does a business becomes franchisable. Okay, when it becomes franchisee ready. The second is benefits of franchising. Why somebody has to do franchising? Why do we take franchising as a route for expansion or growth, business growth? The third thing will be, if you want to start a business, there may be some young people wanting to start a business, or people who are already working elsewhere, they want to start a business. What are the best way to start a business? In my opinion, starting a business, always a franchising route is the best way to start a business. That's my opinion. So I'll tell you why starting a business as a franchisee to start with. Then you can look at how we can expand further. Okay. Then value, creating a value versus valuation, because we are in an environment, we are in a situation where valuation becomes very important than values. But I still believe in, valuation, not the valuation, but building a long-standing value creation, so that that's not a bubble that's going to stay with you for a long time. Okay. So having said that, these are the 4 points we will cover. So before we start on, I'll briefly introduce CAT Center and myself. I come from a place which is, all of you know, I'm from Pudukkottai. I studied in a government school in Pudukkottai, then did my engineering, came to Chennai for the first time in the year 1990. Then worked in Ashok Leyland, their bodybuilding unit, which is called Automotive Coaches and Components Limited in Kummudipundi for some time. In fact, I have a connection with Annamalai University, because I came there for attending one of the interview for ME. I think ME Industrial Engineering or ME Engineering. I wanted to join. I came, did the interview, but I didn't get into the college. But later I joined, did my MBA through correspondence of Annamalai University only. So I'm also an alumni of Annamalai University. I'm very happy to be here today. So I did that. Then I joined CAT Center because the HR manager of Ashok Leyland said, why not you go do something in computers? I'm talking about the year 1992. So the HR manager said, do something in computers. Then I came to CAD Center, did a course in CAD, AutoCAD, studied AutoCAD, which is the drafting tool, which was gaining momentum, popularity at that point in time. Then it became a teacher. Okay, so I started teaching. Then in 1995, the company decided to expand. By then, we had three offices: one in Chennai, Bangalore, and Delhi. We had three offices. We wanted to grow. We did not have enough money to grow ourselves because the company, whatever the money the investors or the promoters had, they had invested in three outlets. So there was not, they wanted to expand without investment, without capital investment. So that is how we looked into franchising as a business route. So 1995, we started our first franchisee outlet, 1995, December 1st at Coimbatore. Then we opened our second outlet in January 20th in Vizag. So three outlets we opened in a franchise mode in one. Had another three outlets started from 1987. Started in the year 1987. So in 7 years, they had three outlets. Then I became the franchise manager. We opened three outlets. So outlets in total. Okay. In 1996 March, the financial year FY 1995-96, we had six outlets. Okay. Then in less than 7 years, exactly 7 years later, around 2002, we were 148 outlets. Okay, 138 outlets. With three direct outlets, we were 141. So first 7 years, we expanded. We had three outlets. We achieved three centers. In the next 7 years, we had 138 more outlets we opened. That is the power of franchising. Okay, in 7 years, we opened another 138 outlets. And I think 2009, we became 500 outlets strong. Okay, but between 2002 to 2009, second 7 years, 14 years from the franchising, we hit about 500 outlets. Totally 500 franchised relationship we had. Okay, so that is the power of growth. Now you will know how franchising has helped a company with 18 lakhs of share capital invested in between 1987 to 1995. Between 87 to 95, our total investment was 18 lakhs. Okay, we opened three outlets. And from then on, without any capital investment, we could reach out to 500 outlets in 14 years. That could be possible, that was made possible only because of franchising. Okay, then it was going, life was good. In 2017, November, we got into another, we accumulated expertise of running a franchised business, helped us to venture into running natural salon network, a salon network with over 700 outlets and having a very, very strong presence. CAD Center started running natural salon network for the last 52 months. Between 2017 till 2022 February, we were running, CAD Center was running natural salon network, which means we had in total last month, in the sense till February, we were managing 1,700 franchised outlets across 30 countries. Okay, where we started, maybe 27 years ago, we started with three outlets with a share capital of 18 lakhs investment with 8 to 10 employees. Today, we were responsible. In the month of February, we were responsible for 17,000 employments across the globe. 17,000 employees were working under CAD Center franchised network. Either it is in CAD Center or any of the businesses that we run. So that is what we achieved. That is what franchising has enabled us to contribute to the society. Okay, that is what I feel very proud of. That is what is very fulfilling for us as a company. Okay, today we are not a rich company in terms of assets, in terms of everything, but we have over 700 entrepreneurs having about 1000 business units. Each one of them definitely living a comfortable life with Cat Center Association. That is what we call this as a gratifying moment for us. Okay, so this is the background of Cat Center. I joined as a trainee engineer, then became a development manager, then I became a business head, then I became a director when we achieved 500 outlets. Then I became managing director. So life goes on. So myself and Mr. Subramanian, who is also in this room, who connected me to Gopi, we joined in 1992. We are completing 30 years this November with Cat Center together. So Subbu is the CEO. I am the managing director. So this is the background of us. Having said that, let me move on to the agenda. When does a business become franchisable? Okay, when you know your business like back of your hand, when you are making profit in your business, when you have all the answers for every possible question about your business, then you are franchisable. Okay, so we took Cat Center 7 years to start franchising. It took 7 years for us to master our business fairly well. Okay, in a position to guide, in a position to help other people. Okay, so if you are running a business successfully, you are running it in one small place, running it in one place, running it in small branch offices. You know the business very well. You are not afraid of, your own franchisee becoming your competitor at some point in time. You want to contribute, you want to reach out, and you want to make it easy for your customers to access your services very quickly, then your product is franchisable. Okay, normal belief is that when you do franchising, there will be a drop in quality. Of course, there will be a drop in quality because you are not physically present in all the places. There will be a drop in quality. But by standardizing, as many processes as possible, then I'm sure we can achieve or we can minimize the variation in quality. One of the success stories the whole world talks about McDonald's as the franchising concept, right? There will be a small variation. That variation may be less than 1% across the globe. So they have developed processes, they have developed systems, they know how to adapt to any given place. They are able to maintain quality. So don't worry about the myth of when you do franchising, the quality drops. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it because there will be a drop, but you can manage that. Any business can be franchised as long as there is a market, as long as you want to serve your market from a closer vicinity. Okay. Now you see a lot of dental hospitals, dental clinics are franchised. A lot of big hospitals are being franchised. Hotels are being franchised. Everything is franchised. There are different models. There are multiple models of franchising concept at the concept level. So any business can be franchised as long as the franchisor knows the business very well. Most of the time in the recent past, the moment we talk about nowadays in the younger generation, it only means that you are growing old. So I'm also started talking nowadays, people want to start a franchise. They start a business, not even 6 months, not even made the first rupee, but they want to expand through franchising route. So I went through the trouble. So let other person also let them go through the trouble. That will be the concept. That will be the bottom line. When somebody does a franchising without really knowing how to make profit from the business. Profit in real terms, not on the Excel sheet, not on the computer, not on projections, not the projected revenue, but you should have made profit. Okay, then the product will become franchisable. Okay, so any of you having any business, you think whether the business can be franchised, we can definitely work with you. We can help you understand whether the product, whether the service, whether whatever the work that you do, if that could be franchised, whether it is franchisable, okay, we can share our thoughts. I'm sure we will be able to support you to study, understand, and give you guidance about whether the product can be franchised. Okay. What are the benefit of franchising? With my story, with Cat Center story, I'm sure you understand the benefit. Today we are present in 30 countries, transacting in multiple currencies. The business is running in multiple currencies only because we are franchised. Earning in India, investing in Dubai and running a business is very difficult. Earning in India, starting an office in the US, which is going to be very challenging. You should have a customer in the US, then maybe you can manage. Okay, a company with a small investment is able to expand globally without much of investment. It's only because we believed sharing our profits, sharing our knowledge, sharing the goodwill so that the franchisee can flourish, and one successful franchisee can help us generating multiple franchisees across the globe. That's what we have done. Okay, we are fully covered Middle East and Africa. Last month, February, we opened a center in South Sudan, youngest nation in the world. Very, very, poverty hit country. Oil rich, but poor people. Okay, so we could go open an outlet because somebody who studied in India from South Sudan wanting to set up a Cat Center. He was a student of Cat Center. So he wanting to set up a Cat Center. We started a Cat Center. Likewise, so benefit of franchising is you can expand across the globe without much of capital invested. Imagine you are, getting into some country, you go to many countries, wherever you go, you have a partner holding your brand and inviting you, and you have a signage of your brand in that country. How you feel? You feel good. You make money, you don't make money, that's secondary. But you are expanding, you are serving your customers across the globe. You are able to reach out to more and more people. You are able to understand their culture, understand their, consumption pattern, everything. It's very interesting to expand into overseas without really investing. It's like, opium, other people money. You can do business in other people money through franchising. You can expand faster. You can expand much faster. I was watching one of the recent video of Titan, how they expanded when the distributors were stopping them, not willing to support because of HMT's, prominence those days. Titan took franchising route. They went into a slightly different model so that they could expand and they could stay focused. Alvin watches, HMT, there is nothing today. Okay, so franchising helps you to expand faster. And when you have franchised business, there is a pie out of a pie to the franchisee, in the sense there is a owner manager in the outlet, because somebody is investing, he is going to run the outlet, run the business. So they have put their capital, so they will be very, very careful about running the business. They own it. Suppose if it is a branch, the branch is working with the salaried employees. Employees are good, no doubt, but the ownership is much, somebody who's invested money, their level of ownership will be much more than ownership by an employee. There may be exceptions always. Okay. Now imagine an environment like COVID. COVID came. We had 500 offices, 500 Cat Centers, 700 naturals. But we did not pay the rent. We did not pay the salary for all those outlets. Imagine if it is 500 branches of Cat Center. Forget about 500, 100 branches of Cat Center. What would have happened in the last 2 years? Without students, without admission, without revenue, how do we sustain 100 offices? But today, because it's all franchised outlets and every franchisee only owning one outlet, we could manage all the outlets. We have not closed any outlet due to Corona. We have not closed business because of COVID lockdown. We didn't make money, that's fine. Okay, for you to know the kind of depth, a company which was making 78 crores, around 78 crores royalty collection in the year 2020, came down to 19 crores royalty collection, but did not close offices. We didn't close the office. All the centers were running. All the saloons were running. In the sense, existing. Okay, whenever they opened, we could, whenever the government allowed us to start, we started quickly. That is the benefit of franchising. We could pay salary, some part salary at least, to the employees, whoever continued. Okay, because it is a franchised entity, we could sustain, because when you are sharing the profit, we are sharing the risks also. Because the brand is sharing the success, sharing the profit with us, aspiring young entrepreneurs. Likewise, when there is a challenge, when there is a problem, we are also sharing the challenges with the franchisees. We celebrate together. Also, if there is a challenge, we face it together. That is the benefit of franchise. The load is not on your shoulder. When you do a franchising business, when you have franchisee partner running your network, there is no need. All the work is not on your shoulder. It is distributed. The profits and challenges are distributed among all the partners so that it can be handled much more comfortably without much of challenge. Right? With whatever the investment you have made, if you are able to grow, if you are able to help individuals to become your partner and you make them successful, you are creating an entrepreneur. By creating an entrepreneur, you are creating more employment opportunity. You are able to create more and more employment. Any successful businessman doing very good in one place, if they are able to replicate this business in multiple locations through franchising route, you will contribute to the society by way of creating more and more employment and more entrepreneurs who are self-supported. India needs more and more entrepreneurs. Tamil Nadu needs more and more entrepreneurs and more employments. And you being a businessman, I only believe the contribution what we have made is only by creating entrepreneurs and employment and also employable workforce by training. So benefits are plenty. Huge benefits are there. I will not even have one negative point about franchising. As long as it's fully convinced, fully conceived, properly designed, then there will not be any challenge at all. You will have no problem. Many times, franchisee system fails. The franchising system fails. When I'm talking about so many success stories, there are failure stories. Many failures. That's because people want to make quick money. When you want to make quick money through the franchising business, it doesn't work. Win-win. When the franchisee succeeds, you succeed. You want to be more successful than the franchisee, doesn't work. You want to really be successful. Suppose I am a franchisor, I truly want to be successful. All that I have to do is, I have to challenge my franchisees with higher revenues, higher targets, different variety of programs, different revenue lines, so that only by making my franchisee make more money for themselves, I will be able to make more money for myself. Right? I want 50 lakhs, suppose. 500 centers, 50 lakhs. All that we need is 10,000 per outlet per month will lead to 50 lakhs increase in business. Very simple. You all know the power of the size. Okay, so that is the benefit of franchising. So any of you running business for many years, you are profitable, please consider getting into franchising as a business so that you are able to help create more successful entrepreneurs. All the knowledge and the skill that you have developed over a period of time that could be given to more people so that we are able to serve the country better, we are able to help the society better. Okay, Likewise, when you want to start a business, suppose somebody want to start a business. I'm in service. I want to start a business. Do I start a business on my own? I want to start a restaurant. Can I start my own restaurant? Or should I take a franchisee of something? Which is the best way to start a business? In my belief, buying a franchise is the best way to start a business. If you're a first-time entrepreneur, you are starting a business for the first time, always look at franchising as the route. You take a business, there is somebody to guide you. Somebody has answers for all your questions. Somebody has negotiated rates for everything. Otherwise, everybody try to squeeze you when you want to start something on your own. Okay. Of course, you have to pay some money to the franchisor because you are going to share their technical know-how. You are going to share their brand. You are going to share their experience. Suppose you are buying a franchisee. The company has 10 years of experience. You are starting new. You are starting with 10 years of experience under you. You are not starting afresh. You are not a new company. You are not a new business. Already 10 years of experience is there, accumulated experience, accumulated challenges, solutions. Everything is available. So when you are starting a business, there is somebody to guide you, somebody to help you. Normally there is I'm sure you all know, 95% of businesses get closed, in the sense they close the business within the first 5 years. You go to the register of companies, number of companies getting registered in a year, number of people starting a business in a year. You go back after 5 years, check. Suppose, 2020, there are so many people started businesses. You go back and check 2025, 95% of that businesses may not exist, are not existing. Only 5% sustain and survive and grow. Okay. In other words, on contrary, 95% of businesses started as a franchisee continue to succeed after 5 years. Even after 5 years, the franchise network continue to exist. So when you want to start a business, somebody wanting to start a business, any business for that matter, go through a franchising channel, buy a good franchisee. Buying a franchise not based on beautiful presentation made by nice looking young hand. Buy a franchise based on the kind of profit they are making. Buy a franchise, how solid the team, technical team, how they are able to differentiate in the market, what their old customers are talking, what their old franchisee partners are talking. Go back and take a review, because you are investing your hard-earned money. You are going to start a business. So you want to be a successful businessman. So all that we need to do is we have to do a lot of homework, a lot of research before buying a franchise. Walking into some of the franchised outlets, talking to some of the successful and failure franchises, small and big, go back and meet them, take a look at what they are doing, how they are doing. Then you can be rest assured you will buy a right franchise, and you also know you are going to become a successful franchisee. Maybe you work with them for 10 years, 15 years, you like whatever the time frame. Then you want to start your own brand, you want to do something on your own. Well and good. Now you have worked with the franchising company, you know how a franchising system works, how they develop process, what are the kind of internal measurements they have, how they develop stickiness, dependency for the franchisee to the franchisor. Learn all those things, then you can also grow as a franchisor. But whenever you want to start a business for the first time, my suggestion would be, recommendation would be, start through a franchising route. It may be a little expensive, but not expensive than a failure. You can be fairly sure that you are going to be truly successful when you start a franchising business. If any of you wanting to start a franchise or you want to buy a franchise, we can help you. You can get in touch with us. We can help you with, brands which are successful brands, which can give you fairly decent returns. There are high risk, high profit business, low risk, low profit business. based on your risk-taking ability, based on kind of the capital you want to put, we can suggest you the kind of good franchises from across the globe. You can even consider taking any of our brands if there is no representation in your place. Okay, so start a business. Whenever you want to start a business, take a franchising route. That will be one of the best way to start a business. That's my belief. I'm sure for every opinion, there are a lot of, different kind of opinion. So I'm sure many of you may think there are challenges in franchise, buying a franchise. Starting your own is always good. Being your own boss, it's good. But somebody monitoring from the top, it's always much better. Okay, because they will keep giving you a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of global experience will come to you without you actually traveling there, without you experiencing, you will be able to learn a lot of things. Okay, so it is it's always starting a business as a franchisee. It is always good. Okay, that last point we were talking about value and valuation. Okay, value and valuation. Today, we are in the world of valuation. Everybody wants valuation. Everybody looking at unicorn. Okay, somebody becoming, somebody who started 1 year ago, 2 years ago, becoming bigger than L&T, bigger than Tata Steel. Somebody starting a business 5 years ago, selling something online, but their valuation is bigger than Tata Steel. Okay, so there may be different school of thought, but today I think most of you in this room, we are in the school of thought. Any business must make profit. The purpose of starting a business is profit and stay long. I'm very happy today because we are 35-year-old company, 1987. We have survived for 35 years. We have created so many students, so many employment, so many entrepreneurs. We are not unicorn, we are not big company, we are a very ordinary company, but adding a lot of value to all the stakeholders, value to a common man, not really accumulating wealth at some place, and not money on the paper, but in practical terms. Always build a business that can create a lot of value for all the stakeholders. Stakeholders that includes government, employees, investors, your vendor, everybody, the families, employees. Everybody should get a value out of whatever we do, their share. Okay, so valuation is important, but that is not the one and only thing in life. We have to create a lot of value, adding value to people, adding long-term benefit to all the stakeholders who are involved in the business directly or indirectly. We truly believe businesses have to build for long-term value, must give a lot of value to all the stakeholders, and that is what will be more fulfilling than anything else. End of the day, after doing a business, what for you do business? For profit. Today you go ask any of these people, whether you ask any of the online companies like the new age billionaires like Swiggy, Zomato, Oyo, Amazon, you go ask them, they only say we will become profitable after 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Today, what is more important for us is cash flow. The billions of dollars have been spent only for cash flow. Profitability, no, they make so much of loss. But because there is money, the governments are printing money like, no tomorrow. Governments are, throwing away money, printing money due to COVID, and a lot of valuation game is there. Don't get stuck with the valuation game. Every success story in valuation we read, we come to know about. There are a lot of painful failures across the globe. Okay, because for a venture capital funding company, 1 out of 10 succeeds is enough for them. But for an investor, for somebody who's starting a business, that is the one and only business. We have to become successful. Okay, let's not get into that 9 which is going to be a failure. Okay, so my recommendation, my suggestion is that creating a long-term value for people, all the stakeholders, by creating, if you have mastered one particular art, you use that opportunity, whatever you have learned, whatever the accumulated wealth of knowledge you have, use it to create more entrepreneurs, create more employment, and create more long-term value for all the people, all the stakeholders who are working with you. Okay, so I think I have covered all the 4 points, whatever we discussed with Mr. Gopi. And now we can have questions. I'm sure you will have questions. You can feel free to ask if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, kindly feel free to share with me. I know there is a beautiful saying, feedback is the breakfast of champion. Okay, I would like to be a champion, so I would like to hear your feedbacks and learn from your experience, your own, your achievements, so that I become a better person after this meeting. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for
Sir,
active listening. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So
go-
we'll keep the floor open for question answers. Participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions.
good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir.
My name is Ramaswamy. I am alumni of Anamala University.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. It was a great session. Thank you very much for your valued insights about the live business operations, how you are conducting the business as an entrepreneur and as a franchising option also.
Yes.
And the insights about franchising, whatever you have given has been excellent. So actually, I was in the Middle East for the last 14 years. So I relocated to India. So actually, I am in a dilemma whether to on a startup business, whether to go for a franchising route or a normal standard business model. I think your insights will help me to go the franchising route, being a first entrepreneur and have no experience on the entrepreneurship. Just a question from my end is, see, I am a layman. For example, I have no experience in kind of an entrepreneurship or a ownership or a franchising as on today. How do I start up a business through a franchising route? What kind of products I can pitch in, or how you can how to assess and arrive to know this product will be doing fine if you go through the franchising route?
Yes, sir. Sir, like how you are, normally we tell children, whenever you want to join a course, you join a course what you love the most. Okay, now don't get influenced by others. Whatever you love to do, please join that course. Likewise, in business also, we should look at businesses what you enjoy the most. You should get into a business what you love to do, where you feel at home, where your heart is very close. Once you choose one or two lines, what line of business that I want to do, don't go by which business gives you a lot of money. Some business will give you a lot of money today, tomorrow it may not give you money. Okay, so choose a business which you love to do, where you will enjoy doing. Okay, then we will look at the possible brands that can give you franchise in that line of business. So you have to, first thing is select what kind of business you want to do, whether you want to be in education, whether you want to be in entertainment, whether you want to be in hospitality, so likewise, or you want to be in engineering. Choose what line of business you want to do. Most of the time, people like you, after a lot of experience, they have two ways of saying it. I don't want engineering line, because you know the pains. You have more pains than more happiness in that. So you say you don't want it. Enough is enough. 30 years I've been engineering. I want to do something different. Or alternatively, you can say 30 years I have done something I enjoy doing. I would like to share all the gained experience and do a business with that. All right, suppose you are a structural designer. So you are working as a structural designer, and now you're coming back wanting to do something on your own, you can, maybe a structural detailing company will be good. And you partner with somebody who are doing that kind of work. So every business, mostly, except the consultancy, all the other things are franchisable. You can become a partner of a consultancy so that you can do it. Like the auditors, you see auditors work in different locations. They'll say some company Chidambaram, some company Tanjavur, some company Trichy, same company name in different location, but one auditor will be sitting there. Likewise, there are a lot of consulting business which is catching up, where the brand name is same. You project as a large company, but you take care of one territory. So likewise, you choose what you want to do first. Zero down on what is your aspirations, why do you want to do business, what is the purpose of you starting a business. Then select the domain first. Then we can look at what are the possible partnerships, association, so that you are able to pin down the right association that will give you a lot of success. Thank you. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, I'm taking more time. Just to add on to that question. Suppose I'm pitching on a particular industry. Let's say, for example, food industry, wherein
Yes.
it is very close, and you see that the demand for food will be there. It's ever existent, and
Always.
I don't think there will be any waning of the demand as far as the food is concerned.
Yes,
so
sir.
I need to do a lot of research and homework once I pitch in on the type of industry I'm going to target, sir.
Yes, sir. Food industry, wherever the industry is having a large demand, consistent demand, the competition also will be always there. There will be a large number of players, and profitability will be very, very limited. And you have to necessarily, be on the top in terms of quality and taste, so that people will come. Okay, at this point in time, I would like to share one thing. We were running Cat Center for so many years. So what happens, every month, for every partner, every center, they have to get new set of customers. Once they come and study, after they will never come back. Maybe they will come back for some small upgrades, but most of the time, they don't come back for second time for a CAT course. The company where they join, they will learn. Okay, so every month we have to get new customers. Okay, then we got into natural salon business. There, if you are able to get 1,200 to 1,500 family customers, 1,500 men, 1,500 women, 1,500 children, they don't need to really go out and do marketing after that, because they will keep coming back again and again as long as the service is good. So because for Cat Center, customer is once in lifetime. For naturals, customers are once in 30 days. For the food industry, what you are talking about, customer, the same person can be a customer 3 times a day also. So always selecting a business where, repetitive customers are there, it is very good. But in those businesses, it will be a very, very price sensitive businesses. The margins will be limited. Whereas once in lifetime business, the margins can be bit higher. Okay, so this just for your information. So okay. Yes, sir. So
yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It was very kind of.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir.
Myself, Meenakshi Sundareshan, sir. I'm a student of Annamala University. I have 2 questions, sir.
Yes, sir.
Nowadays, there is an online platform called Udemy. There's Unacademy. So many online platforms there. Then what is different between the Cat Center and that online platform? It's an offline platform and online. Different. And my second question is, there is any career for the students in the Cat Center, like employability and such things?
No, employment, lot of employments are available, not just with Cat Center, even Cat Center customers. Huge opportunity for employment. Okay, so that's not an issue. A Cat Center is a instructor-led training. We also have online training, but we are into instructor-led training. Whereas somebody will learn skills with the instructor. So there is definitely a lot of different. It's like you learning swimming online. You want to swim. You want to get into the water and you want to swim. So you read online, will you get into the water? How comfortable you are getting into the water after reading how to swim? Okay, or read, or you attend a online training on driving. Then you get into the car and start driving. How comfortable you will be after reading, after listening to somebody online, after watching a video, after without hands-on. So CAT Center gives hands-on training, whereas the online training centers give you recorded videos like YouTube or
Yes.
instructor standing and talking to you. There is a lot of difference, but there are a lot of products you can learn online. So technology, we have to embrace technology. CAT Center also into online training business, but we also give a hybrid training where we teach theory online. We want the students to come to the center for learning. We do that also.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, incidentally, Mr. Meenakshi is a final year student, sir. So in fact, he was more, he spoke to me this morning. He was more concerned about.
There is a lot of employment, sir. Companies are struggling to get right candidates. The very sad thing. Industry wants people. People want job, but there is no connection. A lot of engineering students working in Swiggy, getting 24,000 rupees. There is no productivity. They think life is good. Engineering industry is not getting right people. I think all of you in this room, one common thing will have, I'm not getting right people. If only I get right people, I'll be able to recruit them. I'll be able to grow the business. Will be a common phrase in my opinion. So you have to become truly skilled, most wanted by your employer, so that employment is not a problem. Thank you. Thank you. All the best, Meenakshi.
Meenakshi, hope you got the answer.
Yes, I got the answer. But in our institute, there is so many engineers are there. I asked about them.
Not so many engineers. Industry needs more engineers. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please go on, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, Vignesh, go on.
Good morning, sir. I'm an Anna University student, sir. I have a question. What are if a skilled person, how to choose companies on directly? How to you choose the student performance? For example, freshers are not available in every best company, but how will you find how to get the chance to attract like big companies or business or employment? Thank you.
Balmurugan, sir, Kara?
I think he is not there. I couldn't see him.
Connection is a problem.
I think he's logging in back.
Hey, phone kudu Siddharth.
Gopi, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Sorry. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go on, sir. Vignesh, you can repeat your question, Vignesh. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Sir, if before you tell you, sir, very skilled person company need efficiently. But if I'm final year chemical engineering, if after I completed, I'm skilled and I improve my knowledge also, how do I get the best companies or freshers? How to choose me that company? What are the qualities measured? How will go that period of time, sir? Can you share my knowledge?
No, see, you have the enough. You have got the skills required, and you are very confident. I'm sure you can start applying to companies. There are a lot of online portals available for you to upload your resume, first of all. Okay, so make sure your resume is present in all the portals. Okay, and also do a lot of research online. Today, information is available free of cost without much of challenge. So make best use of that. Okay, so get connected with a lot of placement companies also. Now, suppose you have studied chemical engineering. Okay, கெமிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிச்ச உங்களுக்கு யாரெல்லாம் என்ன மாதிரி கம்பெனில வந்து ரெக்ரூட் பண்றாங்க, என்ன மாதிரி கம்பெனிக்கு நீங்க வேலைக்கு போகணும் அப்படிங்கிற உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கனவு இருக்கும். அந்த கனவை பொறுத்து நான் என்ன மாதிரி நிறுவனத்துல வேலை செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு நீங்க நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அந்த கம்பெனிஸ்ல போயிட்டு நீங்க ப்ரௌஸ் பண்ணாலே எல்லாரோட வெப்சைட்லயுமே இது இருக்கும், கான்டாக்டர்ஸ் இருக்கும். அதுல எல்லாத்துலயுமே நீங்க அப்லோட் பண்ணலாம் உங்க ரெஸ்யூமே. ஆல்சோ அந்த ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் அதுல போட்டிருப்பாங்க. ஒரு கம்பெனி ரெக்ரூட் பண்றாங்க, இப்போ கேட் சென்டர் சைட்ல போனீங்கன்னா கேட் சென்டர் சைட்ல நாங்க என்ன ரெக்ரூட் பண்றோம் அப்படிங்கிற தகவல் அதுல இருக்கும். வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் போஸ்ட் வி ஆர் லுக்கிங் ஃபார் அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். அது நீங்க பார்த்துட்டு அதுல நீங்க அப்ளை பண்ணலாம். ஸோ நீங்க முதல்ல என்ன மாதிரி கம்பெனிக்கு வேலைக்கு போகணும் அப்படிங்கறத நீங்க டிசைட் பண்ணுங்க. டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா ஐ எம் ஷூர் யூ வில் பி ஏபிள் டு கெட் இன்டு ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ளைங் ஃபார் தோஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஜாப்ஸ். சரிங்களா? நன்றி, நன்றி, மகிழ்ச்சி.
Yeah, Shivraman, please go on.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. It was a very good session.
Morning, sir.
Sir, yeah, my question to you is franchisee model for B2C. We are aware, sir. I mean, little bit. I won't say we are aware of this thing, but franchisee model for B2B,
Yes.
which is a successful model, and what is the major difference between B2C and B2B?
Okay, B2C is the like our training center, naturals, all these things are, we give a franchise to the end customer. Okay, now B2B, now naturals and cat center was in the B2B mode. Okay, we are like a cat center is a different company, a franchising company. Natural is a franchising company, but cat center took over naturals business. This is one. Okay, in the business models are franchisee owned, company operated. Like you take the food industry, let's say Karaiadiselvan you take. Now their style of operation is you have to establish the entire thing, give it to them, they will run the business. They will not let you do B2C. It is only B2B. You will make the quantity, give it to Karaiadiselvan. They will pay you a certain percentage as your revenue share, pre-agreed percentage. It is not like rent, but it is a revenue share. Okay, so in B2B arrangement, we have to understand what is the purpose of getting into franchising arrangement, getting into business relationship. Once we have a clear understanding, then we can definitely model. Unlike the B2C, there is a huge paperwork, a lot of things have to be taken up when you get into B2C. We can do a consultation. Suppose you are doing a business, you would like to see how you want to expand the B2B way. I'm sure there is we can sit and we can work, understand what exactly you want to achieve. Then we can assess and suggest what is okay. In terms of the models, I would like to share. Franchisee owned, company operated. In the petrol pumps you go, they will write company owned, company operated, COCO model, company owned, company operated. Here it is FOCO, franchisee owned, company operated, company owned, franchisee operated, franchisee owned, franchisee operated. So likewise, the different franchising concepts are there, which goes with B2B and B2C also. All right, I'm not sure if I've answered your question or met your expectation.
Yes, sir. You answered my question. Actually, we had a fitness center and we sold out in 2017. In fact, in 2015, we were looking for a franchisee model to develop it. Maybe at that time, I would have known about cat center, would have tied up. But I think it's too late now.
Which brand is that? Fitness
No, it was, we branded in the name of Mojo Fitness, and we were expecting to develop it as a franchisee model, but we couldn't do it. Maybe at that time I would have known about you, would have done it, but now it's too late, sir.
Not too late. The new age, in Chennai, you see the Slam Fitness,
Yes.
really good. Likewise, there are a lot of companies that are doing very well. Okay, and one of the I don't know whether Fitness One is alumni of Annamalai University. They are from Karaikudi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's an alumni, sir.
Yeah. So
Mavericks owner is the alumni of Annamalai.
Yeah. So all these people, I know this Annamalai people did that. So they in fact they missed it. Fitness One missed it. Otherwise, it would have been a national brand. You know, in these kind of franchise network, what happens is once they start seeing some expansion, revenues among the partners, a lot of difference comes. You know, once start, you know, cash flow is becoming better, and the benefits they start seeing differently. If you are a owner, a single owner, and if you can build a team, franchising is one best way to expand without much of capital invested. You can do only research and development. You can develop new programs, develop new set of deliverables, new courses or new training, new products per se. And you leave the taking it to customer to the franchise. You don't compete with them. Franchisee will run, take it to the B2C will be handled by your franchisee partner. You focus exclusively on making sure your franchisee does well, providing a lot of arms and ammunition for the franchisees.
Correct, sir. Very true. Because we started in 2009 and we were running the business till 2015. We had a lot of lessons learned with us. So with that, we want to develop it as a franchisee model. But unfortunately, we diverted our business. So at that time, if I have met you, I would have approached you.
Oh, henceforth, whenever you want something, you let us know. You know, we are
sure,
எல்லாம் வந்து நாங்க வந்து மயிலாப்பூரோட சக்சஸ் ஸ்டோரின்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ ஆரம்பிச்சு இத்தனை வருஷம் வந்து சஸ்டெயின் பண்ணி இருக்கிறதே ஏன்னா நம்மளோட வெரி கன்சர்வேட்டிவ் நேச்சருக்கு we could do that. So you can always one call away. We are in Mylapore. Anytime you have some thoughts, please call us. We'll be happy to work with you.
Sure, sir. Whenever there is a franchising model, I'll be in touch with you, sir.
Oh, sure.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Yeah.
Nagarajan, sir.
Hello, sir.
Nagarajan, sir. Yeah, please
Hello,
go
sir.
on.
Sir, கேக்குது சொல்லுங்க sir.
Sir, nice to meet you in this forum. My name is Shivkumar and I'm an alumni of Annamalai as well as CAT Center.
Hi.
Sir. How are you, sir?
Good. Very good, Siva. Very good.
Nice to see you through in this forum, sir. And hello to Subbu also sitting next to you.
Yeah. Good. He is there. Subbu is there.
Okay. I have two questions, sir. One thing is that, you know, by the time you walked in as a student in CAT Center and also the CAD instructor, you were an instructor for me during that time. What were you thinking that time, and what was your feeling then? And now you've been the managing director for almost having business around 30 countries. So what is your feeling now? That is one question. And second question is that Tamilல ஒரு saying பழைய saying இருக்குது சார், அதாவது தெரிஞ்ச தொழில விட்டவனும் கேட்டான், தெரியாத தொழில தொட்டவனும் கேட்டான் அப்படின்னு. From this point of view, and there is another person was also asking, like, should I go into the some kind of business in the same field or where I have the expertise, or let's say, I mean, like you said, you know, you are carrying the pains and you're not wanting to go to the same field and venture out to a new area. So how do you link this Tamil, பழைய தமிழ் பழமொழியும் இதையும் எப்படி சார் லிங்க் பண்ணுவீங்க?
The first question, you know, அங்க கேட் சென்டர்ல ஒர்க் பண்ண சமயத்துல அதான் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டா இருந்தப்பவும் யூனோ இப்பவுமே ஒரே ஒரு இதுதான் வந்து நம்ம பண்றதை ஒழுங்கா பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு நம்பிக்கை. என்ன பண்றோமோ அதை வந்து ஓரளவுக்கு நல்லா பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா இட் வில் பி குட், இட் வில் பி கிராட்டிஃபைங் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதான் வாத்தியாரா இருந்தப்போ அதே தான், இப்பவும் அதே தான். அதாவது என்ன பண்றோமோ அதை வந்து சரியா பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது எப்பவுமே இருக்கு. தட் இஸ் தட்ஸ் இன்பில்ட் கேரக்டர்னு சொல்லலாம். ஸோ பண்றதை ஒழுங்கா பண்ணும், இல்லைன்னா பண்ணக்கூடாது. பண்ணா ஒழுங்கா பண்ணும், இல்லை பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிறதுதான் இந்த தாட். ஸோ இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்து இப்போ வந்து அப்போ வந்து அவர் சேர்மனுக்கு வந்து ஒரு தாட் வந்து ஓகே ஏதோ பண்றாங்க, இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் காட்டுறாங்க, ஸோ இவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிறது அவரோட தாட். இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் நடத்துறோம், நம்மள்ட்ட நிறைய பேர் வேலை செய்யறாங்க. அதுல வந்து டோர்ல வந்து கதவை திறக்கிறான், கிரீச் சத்தம் போடுது, கிரீஸ் வச்சா சத்தம் போடாது, இல்ல ஏதோ ஒரு சின்ன உடசல் இருக்கு, எனக்கு என்ன இது எவனோ யாரோடதான் காசு, எனக்கு என்ன வந்து என் வேலை இல்லையே அப்படின்ட்டு போயிட்டா அது பிரச்சனை இல்லை. அதை யாராவது ஒருத்தன் கொஞ்சம் கிரீஸ் எடுத்து தடவுனா இல்ல ஒரு ஸ்க்ரூவை டைட் பண்ணா அப்படின்னா அதை வந்து யாரோ பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்காங்க. அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ பண்ண ஒண்ணு அவருக்கு சேர்மனுக்கு பிடிச்சி சேர்மன் வந்து செட் யூ மூவ் ஆன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாரு. ஸோ அது வந்து தொடர்ந்து பண்றதுனால நிச்சயமா வந்து ஒரு நிறைவா இருக்கு. அவ்வளவுதான், அது ஒண்ணு. ரெண்டாவது வந்து தெரிஞ்ச தொழில விட்டவனு கேட்டான், தெரியாத தொட்டவனு கேட்டான் அப்படிங்கிறது டெஃபினட்டா இட் இஸ் குட் ஒன். பட் ஆனா என்ன அப்படின்னா தெரிஞ்ச தொழில் நமக்கு சரியில்லைன்னு படுது, அது மற்றவங்க நம்ம பண்ணோம் அதனால தொடர்ந்து பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க வேண்டிய இதே இல்லை. நம்ம தெரிஞ்ச தொழில் இருக்கு, நம்ம குடும்ப தொழில் ஒண்ணு இருக்கு, ஆனா அதுல எனக்கு நிறைவான ஒரு முழு நேரத்தை எனக்கு செலவிட முடியல, என்னால வந்து மனசொப்பி அதை செய்ய முடியல அப்படிங்கிறப்போ அதை பண்ணணுமேங்கிற கடமைக்கு பண்றது வந்து நிச்சயமா அது வந்து யூஸ் இல்லை, அதனால பயன் இல்லை. ஸோ அதனால வந்து நமக்கு என்ன தொழில் பண்ணா பிடிக்குது, நமக்கு மனதுக்கு நிறைவான ஒரு செயலை செய்யறப்போ நமக்கு வந்து காலம் பார்க்க வேண்டாம், நேரம் பார்க்காம வேலை செய்யலாம், வாட்சே வேண்டியது இல்லை. ஸோ அப்போ வந்து அவர் சார் கேட்டதுக்கு வந்து நான் சொன்னதான், நமக்கு என்ன பிடிக்குதுங்கிறத முதல்ல தேர்ந்தெடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அதற்கு பிறகு அதுல யாரு கூட பண்ணலாம், யாரு எப்படி பண்ணலாம், என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிற அதுக்குள்ள கொஞ்சம் ஒர்க் பண்ணலாம். சரியா? ஸோ ஆனா உண்மையிலேயே அந்த ஒரு பழமொழி உண்மையிலேயே ஐ லைக் இட். பிகாஸ் நமக்கு ஒரு தொழில் தெரியுது அப்படின்னா அதை திரும்ப 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 பண்ணி அதுல மாஸ்டர் ஆகி அதுல விஸ்டம், அதுல ஒரு லெகசியை விட்டுட்டு போகணும். நம்ம அது நம்ம பிடிச்சிருக்கணும், பிடிச்சிருந்தா மட்டும்தான் அதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியும். சரிங்களா? சோ தெரிஞ்ச தொழில ஒழுங்கா திருப்பி திருப்பி சரியான முறையில முழுசா கான்பிடென்டா கன்விக்ஷனோட பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா we will leave a legacy. நம்ம காலத்திற்கு பிறகும் காலம் கடந்தும் நிச்சயமா நம்ம பண்ண வேலை வந்து பாராட்டப்படும். அண்ட் நினைச்சு பார்ப்பாங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். who cries when you die அப்படின்னு ஒரு புத்தகம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி அட்லீஸ்ட் பிற்காலத்துல யாராவது சொல்லுவாங்க இந்த மாதிரி ஒண்ணு இருந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தர் பண்ணாரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அப்துல் கலாம் அழகா சொல்லியிருக்கிறார், நம்ம தொடக்கம் வந்து எங்க வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், நம்மளோட முடிவு வந்து ஒரு வரலாறாக இருக்க வேண்டும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. அந்த வரலாறை கிரியேட் பண்றதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுமோ அதை பண்ணிட்டே போயிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியதான், அவ்வளவுதான். சரியா?
Right, sir. Thank you for the answers, and you've lightened up so many lives, including mine, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siva. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nagarajan sir, can you please ask your question? You raise your hand. Okay, anybody else has a question? You may please unmute and ask your questions. Yeah. Yeah, Padmanabhan. Padmarajan, you can go on.
Sir, good morning, sir. I am Padmaraj. As previously one person, I think Mr. Ramaswamy told, came from Middle East and wanted to start, but still thinking lot how to go about like this. And I saw your answer for many questions also, really impressed. Thanks for your session. And thanks to Mr. Gobi sir also, really nice. I used to wonder how he can able to dedicate his time every week arranging good personalities and giving a lot of informations through them. Really appreciate to everyone. My question is, I am finding little difficult. I am also in the same position. I worked almost 30 years in electrical engineering with different companies, including multinationals. Wanted to start, I understood where I can start like this, but I am finding a bit difficult personally to balance the life, family life and the business. I am not able to come out of this. Can you give some guidance which will be useful to me and others also, who are all aspiring to start?
When you get into business, there is nothing called family life and business life. Life is only one, okay, which is business. Business becomes your life. Family is also included in it. Okay, only when you are not passionate about what you do, you look at business as different one, personal life is different one, or professional life is different one, personal life is another one. When you start business, it becomes, you are talk to all the businessmen, they will say there is only one life, which is business life. Family becomes incidental in it, and everybody, they become part of it also. Okay, so now you have to necessarily allocate your time. See, I'm in this company for 30 years. I have a family, I have children. I travel at least 15 days a month. And I'm running a restaurant, I'm running a newspaper. And I'm also in the Lions Club. I'm also in one of the walking club, local clubs. So we find a way to allocate time for everything. We are able to do it because we do everything ஆத்மார்த்தமாக எல்லாம் பண்றப்போ நிச்சயமா நம்மளால வந்து டைம் அலோகேட் பண்ண முடியும். அந்த டயத்தை குவாலிட்டி டைமா பண்ணணும், அவ்வளவுதான். நம்ம ஆபீஸ்ல 8 மணி நேரம் இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறது முக்கியம் இல்லை. சின்ஸ் 30 இயர்ஸ் நீங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணிருக்கா உங்களுக்கு நான் சொல்ல வேண்டியது இல்லை. Now as you grow bit old and experienced, I think there will be a demand. Children's பெருசாவாங்க, அவங்க காலேஜ் சேர்க்கணும், இங்க போனோம், அவங்க they need all the support. I'm sure you will be able to allocate, you should be able to allocate quality time for the family also. So ஆபீஸ்ல வந்து நீங்க எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆக ஆக நீங்க you can be little more relaxed. You have to delegate a lot of work. If you don't delegate work, you continue to take all the responsibility, carry everything on a shoulder, and you don't allocate, you don't delegate work, then it's going to be very, very challenging. Delegation of work at the family, also in the office, is the only way by which you can do balancing. Let others do. You give them the direction, give them the guidelines, give them the, handhold them for some time and delegate. And then you will be able to find time and you will be able to spend time on what you really love to spend time on. So, enna portha varaikum, if you are interested in doing business, don't worry, because family will become part of the business. Businessல வந்து 9 to 5 நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது. காலைல 4 மணிக்கு ஃபோன் அடிச்சாலும் நம்ம வேலை பார்க்கணும், நைட்டு 11 மணி ஆகும் வேலை பார்க்க வேண்டியிருக்கும். ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் அவர் ஓன் பிஸ்னஸ், அவர் ஓன் மணி. அப்போ வந்து family also will understand, okay, this is the purpose and this is the need. So everybody will support. And also create a system and process and delegate as much as possible. இதனால் இவன் முடிக்கும் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண் விடல். அது பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா I'm sure it will be good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nice explanation. Delegation, I understood. I also feel delegation, sure, it will give a lot of free time to us and to do further. But to putting in practical, இது முன்னாடி வரைக்கும் ஓகே, வேற கம்பெனில ஒர்க் பண்ணோம், டெலிகேஷன் ஓகே, சபார்டினேட்ஸ் கொடுத்தோம், we can able to achieve அப்படின்லாம் இருந்தது. When it comes to personal family, yes, it's possible. But at the same time, businessலையும் நம்ம வந்து டெலிகேட் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபேமிலிக்கு கொஞ்சம் ப்ராக்டிகலி
இல்ல பிசினஸ்க்கு நீங்க வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா there is nothing called personal time. பிசினஸ் வந்துட்டாலே எல்லா டைமே பிசினஸ் டைம் தான். குடும்பமே வந்து பிசினஸ்ல இன்வால்வ் ஆகணும், அவங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிடும், they will all support. அதுக்கு தான் சொன்னேன், நீங்க சொந்தமா பிசினஸ் ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா there is no balancing required. 24/7 it's personal time, 24/7 it is business time. நீங்க தான் முதலாளி, முதல் தொழிலாளி. சரிங்களா? So business வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா work life balance எல்லாம் ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. There is nothing called work life balance. Work is life, life is work.
Okay, sir. Great. Thank you. Nice explanation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nagarajan sir. Vichu Srikmar sir, any questions?
Hello, sir. Nothing. I think he has explained very well about franchise. Thank you.
I think we've come to the end of the session.
Good, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity to be here today.
It's a pleasure. It was an amazing session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very kind.
You had it all going and just walked your talk, you know. Ramana and we all had a lot of takeaways from it, you know, personally.